Hey, are you guys waiting for the next bargain bin amps? Okay. Hi, this is Guitarist Denis Taaffe. I'm in Bloomington, Indiana. And I want to welcome you to Bargain Bin Amps number 10. We're going to be looking at the Crate GX-15r, and this is a little tiny 15-watt solid state amp with reverb, and I can honestly say this was an amp that I was going to trade in because it was so puny and small. However, I had two of these, and so it made a perfect set to play in stereo, you know. And it's definitely not a tube sound, it's a solid state sound. However, you can run pedals into it and that kind of thing. And it's not ear-splittingly loud, but loud enough for very small amps, like playing coffee houses. You know, I often do a guitar and guitar loops done on the fly, just me playing alone. And in coffee houses, you know, all my gear is just way, way, way too much. You know, it's kind of more of an ambience type thing. So, and I almost traded them in because they're just not worth all that much. However, while I was at the store, I plugged them in and remembered why I got them in the first place. And the sound was really, really good. I was really quite surprised. But first, let's take a look at it. Here they are. These are Crate GX-15r combo amps. You'll see there, they're pretty darn small. But believe it or not, they have two channels. Reverb, 3-band EQ, headphone. I don't know if that's a line out or a line in. I don't know. Anyway, take a look at the back. There's not much to them there. Alright, open back. Little tiny. I think these are 8-inch speakers. So 1 8-inch speaker. Right? And because of the name, you would assume that they're 15 watts. But unlike tube power, it's solid state power. Okay guys, so I've got one of the little Crate 15Rs just plugged into the floor here. And we'll just plug right into it and see what we get. Okay, that's the neck pickup, and here was just the bridge. So you get the idea. Okay, it's also got another channel, a gain channel, and, well, for the gain channel, it's kind of, here I'll turn it all the way up. But it's got that 3-band EQ, which helps a lot. And of course, it's a little noisy at full gain like that. Hard to believe that that's coming out of that little tiny amp. Anyway, that's a lot of fun. Alright, so why am I featuring such a puny amp? Right, the little Crate 15r, which actually, I hate to say it, but has a better gain channel than the Orange Crush 30. You know, I'm not sure about the 35T, I think it's been redone. But it's definitely better than the Orange Crush AG30 lead channel. It has more gain. Now this is a puny tiny amp. And I've actually played gigs with this on the clean channel in stereo with a looper and effects and things. And these are the kind of, I call them coffee house gigs. And in fact, I was a regular at the Runcible Spoon here in Bloomington, Indiana, a little tiny coffee house. You know, so you've got people talking and that kind of thing, and they wanted an ambience. They didn't want, you know, some musician getting in the way, you know, of their patrons. They just wanted to create an ambience, you know. And so these little amps were just perfect for that, you know. I suppose I could have gotten you know, some tube amps, you know, little tiny tube amps would have worked as well. But for what I was doing, especially the looping, I wanted it, you know, not real dynamic, just straight across, and they were plenty loud, you know, for small coffee house gigs. Solo guitar, you know, and because they have reverb, you know, they do sound like a lot more than a practice amp. Now, of course, they have their limitations, you know, and I mean, I didn't even use the lead channel, obviously. You know, that would be pretty crazy. It's just, you know, these were gigs. I wasn't being paid for the coffee house gigs at all. It was the kind of thing where you just, you know, come in and set up and play, and didn't have much time to set up. So these were perfect. You know, I could carry two of those in with no problem. I mean, they're tiny. But the sound was really great, and it's exactly what they wanted, was this kind of ambience, which is why I was asked to come back over and over again. And I remember one time, you know, very early on, I didn't realize what you know, what kind of gig it was, and so I brought a lot more gear than I needed to, or should have, including some big amps, you know. And I told you once they actually set me outside to play while people listened on the inside. So after that humiliating experience, I learned very quickly, you know, that they just wanted some ambience, and these little amps are great for that. And they don't sound bad at all, you know. I mean, You understand these little amps are, I don't know, maybe $40, something like that. And they have that reverb. It's a real reverb tank. You can hear it there when I knock that little amp around. It has a 3-band EQ. So honestly, it's highly recommended. Also, just for practicing. Obviously, it makes a great practice amp too. And I guarantee you, if we can get this kind of little amp to sound good, you'll make larger amps sound good with ease, as well. Yeah, there's just not much bad I can say about this amp, at all, especially if you have 2 in stereo and you're using some kind of a stereo effects pedal, like even a chorus pedal or a multi-effects pedal that's stereo. Plug the guitar into that, and then a left and a right, into 2 of these, and it's not bad at all. I think they're 15 watts each, solid state, so we've got about 30 watts. And the speakers, aren't too bad at all, for such a tiny little amp. You think it'd bottom out and you could never play a gig with it, but that's not the case at all. And believe me, the owners of the coffee house will thank you for it. It's a really nice thing to be able to, maybe have a loop or a little effects pedal, in your gig bag, and you've got your guitar and you've got your 2 amps, and that's it. Really easy, quick setup, without having, to do a lot of back and forth and that kind of thing. I guess it's the kind of gig where, you want to be heard a little bit, but really, kind of stay out of the way type gigs, Now, obviously, if you're playing a little bit bigger places, I don't think this would cut it. I suppose if you mic'd it, you could. Why not, I guess. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, and I don't discount it at all. And the lead channel is kind of funny because it has more gain than the orange amps. However, the orange amps have a really nice, clean sound. A little bit nicer than these, But they're also bigger, I've tried out some other small amps, but a lot of times they don't have reverb. For me, it's kind of essential, for me anyway, for my playing what sounds good to my ear, especially with multi-effects and things. So the fact that they have reverb, a 3-band EQ, so you can get real bright tone or jazzy tone or folk tone, whatever you're looking for, you can definitely dial that in. And obviously on the lead channel, it's real noisy and stuff. But on the clean channel, you can really boost it and it stays clean. And it's pretty loud, but it's also very quiet, too, Yeah, honestly, it's totally impressed at what this little amp can do, It's hard to believe, really. And, I've seen some modern amps that, little tiny things. They got tons of effects and things and then on there, and I don't know, I think for just a straight ahead, kind of like, coffee house gig, 2 of these is no laughing matter, in fact, I'd be kind of embarrassed to, for a little tiny gig to bring in these huge amps. They would frown upon that. In fact, I remember the space that they allowed, for the playing was pretty small. I mean, it was, yeah, pretty small stage space. So these amps fit in just perfectly, and they weren't standing out too much or that kind of thing. So if you run into that kind of situation, it's great to have these on hand, and they're small, things. I suppose the other thing is, if you're just gonna go jam over at a friend's house or even drink a couple of these in stereo, and have your looping stuff or pedals or what have you. Alright, so I just want to show you that is definitely a viable option. Alright, see you next time on Bargain Bin Amps. Bye.